Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Muhammad bin Abdul Halim, age 12608. Are you guys any familiar with the popular Malaysian celebrity Zin Razak? He is a Terengganu-born person, and he also sometimes uses the Terengganu dialect when speaking Malay in a lot of shows, movies, and overall interviews that he does. This made me and my friends wonder about how the Terengganu dialect integrates into English speakers. So, we made a study on the influence of Terengganu dialect on the English pronunciation of UKM students. Let's dive into it.
Hi everyone, my name is Farani Izzati binti Muhammad Tahir and my student ID is A211013. First, let's watch a video.
Uziza, panjang umurmu. Mari masuk, mari.
Today, you are with me, Ara. We will see a video where I interview one of our Terengganu friends.
Have you ever mispronounced word that end with n as ng?
Yes.
Can you read some of the sentences that I give it to you?
I listen to music. Can I borrow 1 million? I like that man. I have a plan.
Thank you.
As you can see, Terengganu people have a distinct dialect where they often add the ng sound at the end of certain word. For example, they say makan as makang, bulan as bulang, and hujan as ujang. In my survey, I asked Terengganu students around UKM which word they pronounce with ng, even though it is not used in standard English. For instance, most of the students choose million as they pronounce it as million, and listen as listen. Phonemically, this occurs because the ng sound is a common trait in the Terengganu dialect where it often replaces the n sound at the end of the words. This phonetic habit may carry over when they try speaking English. As you can see on the chart, a minority of students still choose the word man and plan as the word they struggle with. However, these words are not affected, or should I say less affected, and they are pronounced correctly as man and plan. This is because these words, they have a stronger vowel sound A, or as we know espa, before the n sound, which prevent the ng substitution. There are several other factors that contribute to this dialect transfer. One key factor is where the students grew up. Students from the rural areas where the Terengganu slang is commonly used might bring these speech habits into their English. On the other hand, students from the cities may have less of this influence because they are more exposed to standard Malay or English, not to mention that family background and education also play a role in this. This is because when a student grew up in a family or school environment where English was used often, they might not carry over the slang as much. Furthermore, childhood experiences with language also play a huge role in this. This depends whether they grew up mostly speaking the Terengganu dialect or had more exposure to English from an early age, which can indirectly have helped them in shaping their pronunciation. Studies on phonological transfer have shown that a person's first language often influences their pronunciation of a second language. This also shows how both phonemic habits and personal background shape how Terengganu students at UKM speaking English. I think that's all from me. I hope this will help you get a new insight about the Terengganu slang and how it affects the English pronunciation. That's all. Bye!
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Atika Farha binti Jamdin and my metric number is A210975. Based on our previous findings and interviews, we discover a fascinating patterns in the way of Terengganu student pronouncing certain words in English. One of the common feature is how the r sound is often replaced with the g or k sound. Before I explain further, let's see this interview footage of one of our Terengganu friends. Have you ever mispronounced r sound as r sound in English?
Yes.
Can you read these sentences for me?
The movie was very exciting. She spread a thick layer of cream on the cake. The restaurant served a spicy chicken curry. He decided to run in the marathon.
As you can see from the video, our Terengganu friend pronounced very as very, where the r sound is almost sound like k or soft k. The pronunciation for the word curry also sound like curry. This pronunciation shift is linked to the local dialect of Terengganu Malay, where the r sound often transform into a softer k or even a k sound in casual speech. This habit can carry over into English, especially for words where the r is in the middle or end of the word. However, words where r is at the beginning, like run, might be pronounced clearly since the sound is more prominent. Interestingly, not all Terengganu speakers show this pattern. Some have adapted to standard English pronunciation due to formal education, media exposure, or personal effort to adjust their speech. Additionally, variations within local communities and family influence also play a role in how the accent is retained or modified. To summarize, the influence of Terengganu slang on English pronunciation reflects the beauty of linguistic diversity and how local dialects can shape the way we speak other languages.
Good day everyone. Today I'll be talking about monophthongization. Monophthongization occurs when a diphthong, which is a vowel sound that glides between two positions, is simplified into a single steady vowel sound called a monophthong. For example, in standard British English, the word day is pronounced as day, where the sound glides from a to e, a. However, in the Terengganu dialect, this glide is often omitted and the word is pronounced as day. Let's look at some common English words to see how this works. The word goat in British English is pronounced as goat, where there is a glide, but in Terengganu Malay influenced English, it might be simplified to goat, with no glide at all. Let's listen to this audio recording.
Goat,
Goat.
goat. Price,
Price.
price. Cat,
Cat.
book,
Book. Book.
These changes occur because Terengganu dialect doesn't naturally use gliding vowels like those found in English diphthongs. This makes monophthongization a common feature when Terengganu speakers are learning English. Now, why does this matter? Monophthongization can affect intelligibility when Terengganu speakers use English, especially in contexts where vowel sounds carry key differences in meaning. This can lead to misunderstanding, particularly in fast-paced or formal conversation. Understanding monophthongization is critical for us. By recognizing these trends, we may develop better techniques to address these pronunciation issues, increasing confidence and accuracy among Terengganu speakers studying English.
Hi, I'm Nur Arinahani and this is breaking news. Today we are going to explore how diphthongs, combinations of two vowel sounds, are lengthened and shortened in the Terengganu dialect. This unique feature gives the language its distinct charm and rhythm. Let's dive in. In the Terengganu dialect, diphthongs play a huge role in shaping the meaning and sound of words. A diphthong is when two vowel sounds glide together in one syllable, and in Terengganu, this can be either lengthened or shortened to change how a word is understood. From the research that we conducted, participants were given 5 English words which were go, photo, hero, bag and cup. Out of 5 words, only 3 were pronounced with vowel changes. The diphthongs were shortened and only final vowels were lengthened.
Go.
go,
Go.
Photo.
photo,
Photo.
Hero.
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 This variation often depends on the speaker's familiarity with vowel contrast in English and the degree to which they adapt to English phonological rules. So, as you can see, the lengthening and shortening of diphthongs in Terengganu Malay aren't just about pronunciation, they change the feel and the meaning of a word. This playful alteration of sounds adds personality to the dialect.
Go.
Next time you are in
Photo.
Terengganu, pay attention to
Hero.
how these diphthongs are
Big.
stretched or shortened for the authentic local sound.
Okay, joining, constantly, different, 40. Did you know he went to the store yesterday? I can't believe you actually did that. I thought you were going to arrive earlier, but here you are much later than expected. It seems like today is going to rain again. I wonder will it rain or not.
Okay.
As shown by the pie chart, the Terengganu UKM students mostly say the word education with emphasis or stress on the third syllable, which is care, while a significant amount of them also say the word with emphasis on the first, second, and fourth syllable, which is du, and shun. According to the standard IPA, the word education should be transcribed as education. Therefore, the standard place to put stress is on the third syllable, but some of them put the stress on the wrong places. The reason is because the Terengganu Malay dialect has a different phonological system compared to a standard English system, thus influencing their ability to speak English properly.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about why people from Terengganu often struggle to speak English with proper intonation. To explain this, I'll use two examples, Nakib and Adam. Both are from Terengganu, but they speak English differently. Let's look at their stories. First, let's talk about Nakib. Nakib studies Persuratan Melayu and comes from a family that only speaks Kelantanese and Terengganu dialects. He went to schools like SJKC, SMK, and STAM, where Bahasa Melayu was mostly used. Because of this, Nakib has a strong Terengganu accent when he speaks English. His intonation is very flat, meaning his voice doesn't go up and down much. This is because the Terengganu dialect itself sounds flat unless someone is angry or emotional. When Nakib speaks English, it's hard for him to follow the natural rhythm of the language because of his background.
Did you know he went to the store yesterday? I can't believe you actually did that. I thought you were going to arrive earlier, but here you are much later than expected. It seems like today is going to rain again. I wonder will it rain or not.
Now, let's take a look at Adam. Adam studies English language studies. Like Nakib, his family also speaks only Bahasa Melayu and the Terengganu dialect. At home, he never practiced English and only used it at school. Adam went to SK and SMK schools, where he was surrounded by people who spoke the same dialect. But something changed when he entered matriculation. There, he started practicing English more, trying to use different slangs and learning to speak with better intonation. Even though he sometimes struggles with words that have sounds like Adam's intonation is less flat than Nakib's. This shows that Adam's extra exposure and practice help him adapt better to English.
For the first dialogue is, did you know he went to the store yesterday? Second dialogue is, I can't believe you actually did that. Third dialogue is, I thought you were going to arrive earlier, but here you are, much later than expected. Fourth dialogue is, it seems like today is going to rain again. I wonder will it rain or not. Thank you.
From these two examples, we can see how a person's environment shapes how they speak English. In Terengganu, the dialect naturally sounds flat, and there aren't many chances to practice English. This makes it harder for people to learn the rhythm and the intonation of the language. However, as Adam's stories shows, exposure to English through things like songs, subtitles, movies, and practice can make a big difference. Hello everyone! So, to conclude our research highlights how the Terengganu dialect uniquely influences English pronunciation. Features include monophthongization, where diphthongs like a in day simplify to a single vowel, and the substitution of n with in words like listen, pronounced as listen. We also found that diphthongs are often shortened or lengthened, adding a distinct rhythm to the dialect. These patterns are shaped by upbringing, exposure to English, and phonological habits from Terengganu Malay. For example, misplacing stress in education reflects differences between the dialect and English systems. Understanding these influences is crucial for improving pronunciation teaching. By addressing these patterns, we can help learners speak English more confidently and clearly, celebrating the richness of linguistic diversity. Thank you.